Since the launch of Season 3 of Modern Warfare, we've kind of been in a pretty weird spot. We haven't seen any big updates for the game, there's been no title updates, really no playlists added into Warzone aside from changing the numbers of people in a lobby, and I guess you could say that it's been a pretty big dry spell over the past couple of weeks, kind of like me stuck at home on quarantine. But as of this week, that is going to be changing. And no, I'm not talking about my dry spell, I'm talking about the dry spell in Modern Warfare. That is going to be changing in a very, very big way this week. This week, we are getting a full title update, playlist changes, fixes to the game, and on top of all of that, a brand new mastery camo that's different from Damascus. That is what we are going to be talking about today. Everything that is going to be coming to the game over the next week. And there's a lot here, so we should probably dive right into it. Speaking of which, if you do like staying up to date on everything Modern Warfare, I try to update you guys whenever something new comes out for the game, and when I was looking at my analytics lately, I saw that about only 16% of people who watch my videos consistently are actually subscribed to the channel. If you want to stay up to date on all my videos, if you want to stay up to date on everything Modern Warfare and Call of Duty, make sure you hit that subscribe button, make sure you have notifications turned on, and maybe you'll become a part of that 16% we were just talking about. But as far as this week's update, it all began with a tweet from Activision support earlier this week, which is strange. That almost never happens. And this tweet said, "Our upcoming 428 update includes a required download for PS4 and Xbox One players who own Modern Warfare. Once you install the update, select a mode in-game to launch an install menu. Download Data Pack 1 from this menu. Once completed, please quit and restart the game." This is a super weird tweet for so many reasons. First of all, Activision support never tweets when there is an update coming out for the game. Never. Like, never. On top of that, normally when you download an update, you just check for an update on PlayStation or Xbox, it downloads, and then you hop in the game and then can play. It appears as though once you actually install this update coming up on Tuesday, you're actually going to go inside the game and have to download a full new data pack. This actually happened with the launch of the game. There was a multiplayer data pack, a Spec Ops data pack, and campaign was the only thing included in the main game. So I'm guessing that there's going to be multiple downloads involved with this week's update. The other weird thing about this, it doesn't mention anything about PC players. I'm guessing they're going to get the update, but there won't be this weird download like we are going to have on Xbox and PS4. But very weird tweet, but this led us into what happened yesterday when Activision put out a community post telling us everything that is going to be coming in this 428 update. Now, the first thing on this is talking about the new anti-cheat system that is coming in this week. This will be added with this update, and basically they talked about this earlier this week, and this is what they had to say about it. Players in Warzone and Modern Warfare who report suspected cheaters will receive confirmation in-game when a player is banned. Additionally to that, they are deploying additional dedicated security updates. On top of that, updated matchmaking to match suspected cheaters together, which is absolutely hilarious that not only do they have skill-based matchmaking, now they're going to have cheater-based matchmaking as well, and also increased resources across the back-end tech, studio, and enforcement teams. So basically, they are really cracking down on cheaters, which is of course needed with Warzone. There are cheaters everywhere in this, and this is great to see, and I really can't wait to see what the cheater versus cheater lobbies actually end up looking like. Now, the next section of this community update that came out yesterday is where we get into the good stuff. First of all, they go over to the new playlists that are going to be added this week. The first of which is they are bringing back Shoot the Ship 24/7, which is a combination of Shoot House and Shipment, and with these maps they are also adding in Cranked and Grind as some of the game modes that you'll be able to play on this playlist. Along with that, they are going to be adding a gunfight variation. I don't know what this gunfight variation is. We're going to have to wait to find out. I don't know if it'll be in a tournament, but that'll be coming on Tuesday as well. But here's where things get interesting. Right after that, it says, "There's also something new to chase. Can we interest you in an Obsidian Camo?" So yes, this is the new mastery camo that they are adding into Call of Duty. Now, the interesting thing about this is nowhere in this article does it say how we will be unlocking Obsidian. Nowhere in there. But what we do know about Obsidian is you do not need Damascus to unlock it. All you need is gold for a given weapon, and then you can go for Obsidian on that given weapon. The only other thing we know about it is apparently it's a long grind to actually unlock it. What you have to do at this point, whether it's in Warzone, whether it's in multiplayer, whether it's in both, at this point, we don't actually know. We also don't know what this camo is actually going to look like. Now, of course, if you've played Minecraft, you know what Obsidian is, but just throwing up a couple pictures up on screen here, it's kind of just like a darkish black stone. And that kind of confuses me because most of the weapons in this game are already black. So are they going to go something a little bit more purple? I mean, the weird part about that is Damascus is kind of a bluish purple. So I don't exactly know what this camo is going to look like, how you are going to be able to grind for it. But all we know as of right now is it will be available this coming up Tuesday. So if you're a grinder, Tuesday is going to be the day that the grind once again begins. And then the final thing that's in that paragraph, it talks about Frankenstein weapons, and I don't think they're actually calling that. I think they're calling it custom blueprints. But basically what this is it allows you to take any of the attachments you have earned from any of the blueprints that you have unlocked and put them on your other weapons. Now, I think they have to be for a specific weapon. For example, if you're using the M4, they have to be from M4 blueprints. You can't go and take something from like the FAL and put it on your M4. At least that's what I have heard. That might actually be changed coming this Tuesday because they don't define that in the community update that they put out yesterday. But that is what I understand, and that is what I think is going to be coming out on Tuesday. Now, one thing I am curious about is if you unlock Obsidian and Damascus on a given weapon, is there going to be some sort of third mastery camo that you get when you unlock both? Now, I don't know about this. They haven't talked about this. It may be there, it may not, but I think that would be pretty interesting because if you get the 2 mastery camos, then does it unlock another one, or is it just Obsidian Damascus are the top tier? We'll have to wait and see. Now, the other thing that they put in this community update is a bunch of little bug fixes and changes. Now, most of these are super tiny and specific, revolving around one specific attachment, a perk, even an individual operator character. But there's one that may have just kind of slid under the radar a little bit. And that fix is that they have adjusted the speed and sizing of circles in Warzone. This is a really big change because the amount of time it takes for a zone to close, how big that zone actually is, affects where you have to go on the map, the rotations that you actually take, and this will actually make some changes to the actual gameplay of Warzone. The other thing that I found interesting about this community update is that there was no information on Warzone. They gave us playlist updates for multiplayer, changes that they were making, but there wasn't anything about new playlists in Warzone whatsoever. And we know that Duos is coming, we just don't know when BR Duos is going to actually be added into the game. It doesn't say it as any part of this community update, but that also doesn't mean it is not necessarily coming in this update. Speaking of this update has said to be about 15 gigabytes on both PlayStation and Xbox. We don't know the size of it on PC because they haven't gave us any information on the PC update, but we do know that it's about 15 gigs on both. Now, what this tells me is there's a lot more in this update than just a camo. So the new map that we know as Hard Hat is probably in this update. But we don't actually know whether they'll release Hard Hat this week or that will be something that's coming in the future. But I'm guessing it will be in the game files in this week's update. It's just whether or not they decide to actually add it into the game, which I guess we'll find out on Tuesday. Now, for the end of this video, I just wanted to move into a little bit of speculation about the Obsidian camo, because none of this is confirmed. It's just what I personally think. So as far as the Obsidian camo goes, I truly believe that it's going to have to do with Warzone in a very big way. As of right now, if you look at the Damascus challenges, pretty much all of them revolve around multiplayer, getting a bunch of kills, getting a bunch of headshots, and some of them you literally can't get in Warzone, like shooting down support streaks you have to do in multiplayer. So my guess is that this Obsidian camo is going to have a lot to do with Warzone. Now, I don't exactly know what that means, whether you're going to have to get wins with individual weapons, holding individual weapons, or it's going to be something else altogether. I don't really know, but I'm guessing it's going to be something to do with Warzone. Now, the last thing to talk about is when this update actually comes out. So it's set to come out on Tuesday, the 28th. The thing with that is we don't know whether that's actually going to be during the day or at 11 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, because they've kind of been switching between the two of those on the past couple of updates. My guess is it would be during the day, but if you don't get that update during the day, just know it's probably going to be coming out in the middle of the night, and then Wednesday morning I should have some more information for you. But as soon as the update comes out, I'll be making some videos for you guys talking about what actually changed in this update. So if you're not already subscribed to the channel, make sure you do so to stay up to date on everything Modern Warfare. Let me know what you think down in the comments. If you enjoyed the video, it is always appreciated if you hit that like button. And I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, peace out.